After delivering a blockbuster IPO, Swiggy is here with its year-end report on how India ordered in 2024. Let me take you through some of the key highlights. Dosa remained as the top food choices with 23 million orders. Chicken rolls emerged as the most ordered snack with 2.48 million orders. Rasmalai and Sitafal ice cream were among the fastest delivered items, averaging just under 10 minutes. Not only that, a man in Bikaner received an ice cream in just 3 minutes. Dinner, of course, emerged as the Bahubali of meals on Swiggy with 215 million orders. And India's most favorite food for the 9th consecutive year remains to be biryani. 83 million orders in 2024. That means 2 biryanis were ordered per second. I have with me Rohit Kapoor, who is the CEO of Swiggy's food marketplace. Rohit, thank you for joining us for this year-ender chat on some of the interesting ways India has Swiggied this year. So help me understand, India is definitely not bored of biryani, but are you bored of talking about biryani?
A little bit I am bored because every time I come on air, it is all about biryani, but the love continues unabated. So I'm always amazed that whenever people say that there are so many brands on biryani in a city like Hyderabad or Bangalore, and more keep coming up. Of course, the debate on which is the best biryani, whether aloo should be in the biryani or not, that continues. And definitely, I think the biryani from different parts, cities and states is actually very different. So that continues.
That continues.
Yeah.
Like, we always say that the less said about biryani, the better it is because people take it personally. However, I also want to ask this from you, that you've been doing this report for a few years now. Help me understand that for you this time in 2024 Trends Report, what were some of the standouts that absolutely blew your mind and you were like, okay, where are we getting these numbers from?
Yeah, one of the things which stood out for me was the sheer kilometers driven by delivery partners. So our delivery partners drove 2 billion kilometers approximately. South Indian in general and dosa particularly for breakfast or even otherwise is entering mainstream cuisine. And other than that, few things, chocolate lava cake continues to explode. Sitafal ice cream, when you offer it fast, flies faster.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff.
For me, what stood out from the report was 3-minute delivery of food items through this new feature that you've launched, that is Bolt. Whether we're talking about ice creams, we're talking about burgers. But that also brings me to the other part of the question, and that is there have been some concerns that's been raised around the quality of food that would come through Bolt, right? Bombay Shaving Company's founder Shantanu Deshpande had mentioned that if we go this way where we are preparing food like that, we will go the US-China, we will take the US-China route, and that's not really healthy. So when you have already launched a business like this, I want to understand, how do you address these concerns?
Yeah, so I think, look, the 3-minute is a trivia. So it's not the norm, but it is a fun stat anyway. I think we're aiming to do more like 10, 12 minutes and coming squarely to the concerns. Look, Shantanu is a good friend, but he's also a bit alarmist at times, right? First of all, I just want to put this squarely on record that it is the same food you're getting in 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
It is not different,
Yeah.
right? So how does this work?
Yeah.
Right? It works on 2 or 3 simple principles. One, it offers, let's say 40-50% of SKUs which are ready. Because you know what, Aishwarya, people are very particular about their food.
Yeah.
They will not have it.
Yeah.
Right? So it is the same McDonald's ka aloo tikki burger, and Domino's which is started on Bold. It is the same pizza which they are doing. Plus, what we are doing is we are working closely with the restaurants to cut out inefficiencies.
Yeah.
And the second principle is very also important, that this doesn't travel far. Here, it is being catered to less than 2 kilometers thereabouts.
Thereabouts.
Right?
Okay.
So
Understood.
travel time will be between, let's say, 5 or 6 minutes or 7 minutes once it's ready, right? I think it's a lot of optimization. It's not easy. It sounds simple and easy. It's a lot of hard work. It's probably the first of its kind in the world this model has been tried, where it is not coming from one store or one dark kitchen and getting delivered fast. It's actually coming from your favorite restaurants, all of them. I think it's very easy to fearmonger and create that perception.
Yeah.
Right? It is not correct.
Yeah, because I think that was one of the fear-mongering that led Zomato to shut down the business that they were piloting with quick deliveries, but you've gone full-fledged rolling it out as a service. So
The consumer is voting for it, by the way, right?
That's another thing that I wanted to ask you. This 10-minute quick delivery that we're talking about, I want to understand, has it been the consumers who have driven this initiative for you, or are you driving this initiative for consumers? Consumers are
Always.
the one.
We don't drive anything for our consumers. That's not, because it doesn't work that way, right?
Yeah.
I think, look, if you roll back, okay, this isn't the first time the 10-minute delivery paradigm is getting questioned.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When quick commerce was launched, say who needs anything in 10 minutes?
Correct.
Then now people are consuming everything in 10 minutes. There are many consumer needs which
Yeah.
fit squarely into saying, if you can get to me fast and with the right amount of quality,
Yeah.
the consumer is voting with their feet and their wallets, right?
Talking about Bolt, in a recent interaction with CNBC TV 18, you'd mentioned that it's already clocking 7 to 8% of the platform's orders. So, I mean, if you're talking about, if we have to put a target to the end of next year, how do you see the platform grow?
I don't want to put a target because I think that may restrict me. We scaled up real fast. We went to 400 cities in about 45 days, right?
Plans on expanding the number of cities though?
Not much.
Not much.
Not much. I don't think on Bolt especially. The overall number of cities are close to 700. On Bolt we are 400. We might add a few here and there, but I think we are in most cities where
In most cities where you need to be. Swiggy food business is already EBITDA profitable. But today, if I have to ask you, what's like the revenue mix between your online food delivery business and Dine Out?
So look, Dine Out share of pie has increased because
Yeah.
simply Dine Out business is growing much faster than food, right? I don't think it has materially become a very substantial part of food yet. So it's a pretty win-win model. I think it's growing very well. It's beautifully positioned. We are near profitability in that business as well.
One final question, Rohit. Today, you are the CEO of a vertical of a company that's gone public. How do you feel about that? And also, when at a time when you were in the run-up to taking the business public, and you guys must be having like crazy sleepless nights, what was the comfort food that you turned to, and what was the comfort food that Shreya Majety turned to?
I always said this before. I feel like getting an IPO or doing an IPO is like turning 18 and getting a driving license. It's not a end of a journey. It's actually a pit stop, right? And we had a fantastic IPO. I think we couldn't have scripted it better, honestly. I keep pushing myself and the teams is not to look at the share price, right?
Yeah.
Because we don't influence share price or anything through our actions on a daily basis. It's what we do for quarters and years, what will guide the value creation in the company, right? The second on what is the comfort food? My comfort food is always idli. Harsha, I have always seen him. He's been into strength training and fitness for like a couple of years now since I joined.
Yeah.
And I have either seen him, mostly I see him eating salads, right?
So midnight snacking is also
Midnight snacking में देखा नहीं है उसका. I don't think he eats after
a certain point.
I haven't seen that. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Rohit, for speaking to us. Wish you a very, very happy new year. And once again, a big congratulations on hitting the public markets.
Thank you, Ashura. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV 18 on all of our digital platforms.